All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Twanna Teaches. I am your host, Twanna. This is take 2, so I'm hoping that this is a little bit better. Oops. If it's not better, let me know, and we'll try it again. Y'all know how it is. Sometimes this is so much better. Okay, cool. Sometimes the second or third try is always better, so fingers crossed that this is gonna do the trick. Okay, so I'm jumping right into it because this is take 2. So far so good. Awesome sauce. So remember yesterday, this right here was a purse yesterday, and today, as you can see, it's cut down. I have been working with this faux leather. I couldn't sleep, so I got up and did it. And if you're like me, I do my best work off camera. That way, if I can really dig down and, find all the nooks and crannies and stuff, because it takes a little bit of time. I would have loved, to film all of it, but my camera is like digital, so 20 minutes and that's it. And it took me over 2 hours to configure this and break it down so that I could save. I have, yeah. I figured it, and it took me about 2 hours, but the reason it took me so long was because, like I said, I had to kind of flip it, inside out and, find out about all the nooks and crannies and see where it was, best to cut it and stuff like that. Because, if you had just started cutting into it, you probably would have, torn it to shreds or something. And it would have fallen apart. So I had to do a little bit of investigation. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about, the pieces of if you are going to reuse or repurpose a purse, a backpack, a pair of jeans. There are certain things that have to go on. Now, this is not the first time that I've repurposed something, but it is the first time that I repurposed something that was made from material like this. And so, even though I was able to make a great planner out of it, I know that some edges are I'm gonna have to find some sealant for my edges and all that kind of stuff. So I was looking at this and I was like, oh my God. Now the planner that I made, it looks like the front of the purse can be a notebook cover. It's going to be. It is going to be, and I'm going to show you that a little bit later if I can get my if I can get my machine to do right or whatever. I'm gonna um, try to do this one, at least get the eyelets in and go from there. But for sure, this is definitely, once I looked at it, I was like, oh my goodness, like I just could see the vision and I just absolutely fell in love with this material. So I'm definitely going to be looking for some more of it. But the deconstruction of this, okay, let's start with that. So of course, all purses have a top. And so this right here was the top of the Michael Kors purse that I was using. And all purses have a bottom, right? So this right here was actually the bottom. So if you put everything together, you've got the top there, and then this was the bottom, and of course this was the middle. Your middle has a back and a front. So this would be the front of the purse with this, portion being the bottom. So the first thing I had to do was flip the purse inside out. And then I had to take this bottom piece and I had to cut the edges. I couldn't cut in here because there's ribbing in here, which is like severely hard. So there was no way for me to actually take the thread out of this and then, deconstruct it. So I had to cut into the material. Once I started cutting into the material, I found out that the material is not one piece together, but it's two pieces. So this was the top and this was the bottom. And so it made it a little bit harder to cut. So I had to do one at a time. Once I got into that part, I was able to put the bottom aside and go ahead and trim the edges. Now, what I did was, because the top part was studded, I cut above the stitch, and that way I got rid of a lot of the mistakes. There are still a few mistakes up here at the top of this, but it's okay because once I put the ridging up there and everything, it should be fine. This being the inside of the purse, um, it doesn't really, it actually, once I clean it off, it actually looks pretty good. It has withheld period of times, and it really looks very rustic. Looks like cowhide. And so I'm really pleased with the inside, the lining. I mean, it really looks good. And the way that I, kind of cut it and made it look old and kind of authentic. Even though this is faux leather, I wanted to tell you guys that this is really durable material. It's got some cracks in it or whatever, but it's very durable. It's a purse, and women keep purses for years. So, this is, a really good piece of material. And so the top, most people would throw this away, but there are a lot of things like a couple of these came out, which is totally fine. You've got this side over here that still has some. You've got a couple of eyelets over here, which could be used if you want to make something else, a belt or whatever. This right here could be turned into a keychain. There's so many other different things. You have a snap right here, and look at the stitching. So you can actually take this out. Go ahead and cut into here, take this out, and use the stitching for something else, these buttons. So this still has a lot of uses, even though we had to cut it from the top of the purse to get into the heart of it. So the first thing I did last night was I took the back of the purse. And so this is the finished product as far as the template. This is my prototype. This is the entire back of the purse. I salvaged as much of the material as I could. And as you can see, I've already started turning it into a traveler's notebook. So let's get into the inside, okay? I'm going to take the books out. And I don't have them in here in any order. I have about 15 pages in each book, which turns into 30 pages per book. And as you can see, they're all different, made from different, materials and so forth. So on the inside here, what I had to do was I took, and I'm going to get the sample so you guys can see. Where I'm from, they call this material stitch witchery, but it's a sealant. This is actually a sealant that's heat activated. And what I had to do was I had to take the front part of this faux leather and the back part, which is the lining of the purse, and put it together. And then some of the edges were still a little loose like this. So instead of going back with the iron, I took some E6000 and a sponge paintbrush, and I just kind of went all the way around. So I wasn't really concerned about this flap because this is the inside, but more so along the outside or whatever. So I can feel that it's a little hard around here, but it's okay. That's what I want because it's the protectant. So here you have like the meat of the planner. I kind of eyeballed it and I folded it like this to see how much I could get if I were to make it chunky. It wasn't gonna, affect the overall look and feel of the planner. Once I got situated to where I was like, okay, I can grow. I have room to grow, and it could be really chunky, and I still have a good, medium. I went ahead and punched. So I used my eyelet, which if you're not familiar with that, is the We Are Memory Keepers eyelet, hole punching eyelet. And I went ahead and punched my holes. I folded the material in half. This is the easiest way I know how to do it. And I punched the hole here and here at the bottom. And when I opened it up, I had 4 holes instead of 2. So here you go, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I took my stretchy string, which I used the basic stretchy string from Dollar Tree. Just pick whatever color and go ahead and start stringing it. And you want to kind of sew it. You kind of, go in here, come out, bring it back in, string it, go over, and just keep doing it until you have the desired number of bands. Once I got done with that, I just took in, the ends and tied it together and reinforced it. And I have the inside where I keep my books. This right here ended up being really good and flat because I had to apply heat. And all I did was I took the stitch witchery and I just made various lines inside the material like this. Just about, enough to fill it on the inside all the way down and on the ends a little bit. So that once I took that iron and ironed it down with the heat, no steam, but just a little bit of heat, and it went ahead and adhered, I was able to cut. So I already had the pink leather cut. And I went ahead, I noticed something about this pink leather is that when you cut it, it has a white on the inside. That's that squishy stuff. It's like cotton. And so what you want to do is be careful and use whatever cutting mechanism that you are to cut the inside underneath. So that way you're cutting away more of the white part and you're leaving more of the pink part. It's very, very minute, but it's going to make a world of difference because if not, you're going to have this little white edging all the way around your faux leather planner, and that's going to be kind of ugly. Now, hey Sharon, the only reason I use this lime green Keep It Together band is for you guys, so you could actually see what was going on. And so but it's the same process. I put a hole in the middle of my planner, and I didn't use an eyelet or anything. I just wanted a natural hole. And the reason is Keep It Together bands come in a lot of different sizes. So if I had to put the eyelet in there, hey girl, if I had to put the eyelet in there, this wouldn't be able to stretch. So let's flip to the inside again. And so here, as you can see, we've already talked about our eyelets. We've talked about our Keep It Together, Keep It Together band and our stretchy string. And so now, after all of this is put together, it was time for me to see about how many books this thing will hold. Now, the way I made this, and I could have went ahead and cut off some of the material and made it, just a regular, fold over. But because I made it with a trifold and I left this flap on, it gave me more material to work with. So this booklet right here, we're going to talk about booklets now, is made out of construction paper. It is cardstock. So this is very, doable for if you want to make a month at a glance calendar, and you'll have enough pages in here to do that and write down important information and dates. You can washi tape it out, put stickers all over it, and it's cardstock. So maybe you would want to put your phone numbers and stuff in it because this is the material that's going to last longer. So I used different colors, and I just kind of went with what I wanted to. For some of these, you can use 2 bands. For some, you can use 1. It really doesn't matter. It's just, your preference, what feels good to you. So we just slip it in. You find the middle of your book that you just made or the book you just purchased. You find the middle of it, and then you go ahead and slide those bands straight through. The next one, you've seen me use this before. This is the vibrant color notebook paper, and I'm just going to use 1 string for that. It's a very lightweight material. It doesn't need a lot to, hold it together. All right, the next one, I'm using an old-fashioned construction paper, and I just put a piece of covered paper over it, which tonight I'm actually going to make covers for these books. You go ahead and find the middle, slide those through, and we're already, as you can see, we're creating chunkiness, which is what we want. Nobody wants a really flat, thin traveler's notebook unless you're a guy, or if you're somebody you just don't have a lot of, if you don't like to write, which that's totally fine. But we housewives and church ladies, we love chunky notebooks, don't we? We love chunky notebooks. This right here is just the bee's knees to me. I love this already. Like, I'm in love with this notebook already. And then the last but not least, what I did was I took a really old file folder from Target Dollar Spot, and I went ahead and made me a folder. It's very simple. I just rounded the edges, and I put mine on the outside of the booklet that I made. And so this one is made with all-purpose paper. Once again, 15 full sheets make 30 half sheets. And I find the middle of it, and thank you for those hearts. It's so pretty. I love it. After you find the middle of your book, you go ahead and you put those in. Now, I still have a string left, but in retrospect, let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books in here. I can fit 5 more books. Thank you, KK. I can fit about 5 more books in here, which is my goal. So as you can see, thank you. Is it Chi-Chi? I love that name. It's super cute. So as you can see, I still have room to grow. And because it's a trifold, Yeah, we could put twice as much to make it even extra chunky. You see? So nobody gets to see, nobody can see your hangover. Everything is just, neatly in place. And then all you do is take your Keep It Together band and wrap it around. Now, this Keep It Together band was a little bit bigger than the other headbands. So what I had to do was I had to go on the inside where I put the hole and just make a knot. I had to take some, thanks. I had to take some, I had to take a little bit out from my hairband, so that's why you see the knot. And all I did was I took just a regular lighter. What did I do with that stupid lighter? I took a lighter. I got it from the Quick Stop, and you just kind of light the edges or whatever. And I don't know if you can see it, but it melts it together. So it'll stay if you want this to stay. If not, you can easily undo the knot or whatever. But like I said, this is my prototype, and I'm in love with this thing. Like this just rocks my world, and I can't wait to make some for everybody. Like I love this experience. Taught me that I love working with faux leather. It's so soft. It is so soft, and you can use essential oils to really give it a nice smell. The scent is like awesome. Now, the inside of most faux leathers will look like this, and it's supposed to emulate cowhide. This one kind of did, but I will tell you, after I had to iron this down, it kind of lost its smoothability. It's still smooth and, it's still good material. It just lost that, because they brush it so that it will come up and feel more like cowhide. So that was the only thing, and that's not even a problem because nobody's going to see it but you. You can still put a dashboard in here if you want, or just about anything. But you can chunk this planner up however you want. Look at that. So, and then twice as much is going to go in here. I can't wait to go paper shopping because I'm going to pimp it out. I'm going to put different, covers on here. So this is going to be really exciting. I'm actually very pleased at how this came out. I took my time, and really just put a lot of thought into it because when you repurpose something like a purse or a pair of jeans, that's it. There's no more extra material. So you have to be very careful. Very careful. There's no more material. Like, you can't be like, well, let me, especially with jeans, because, jeans are like thick up here and then they get skinny down here. So if you start using material up here, you're just in trouble if you mess up. So you want to have as few mistakes as possible. So Krista, she had this. She just said this right here looks like this looks like the front of a cover. Thank you. I appreciate you guys are so sweet. Thank you so much. She said this right here looks like the front of a planner. Well, guess what? I'm about to show you guys how I did this step by step by using the front of the purse. It's going to be a little bit challenging because of all the studs. Hey, how are you? So glad you could make it. It doesn't look like a notebook cover. It does? Well, yeah, I mean, because this was the front of the purse, that big Mary Kay. And see how you can still polish it up a little bit. And you can tell because this emblem right here, it moves unless they are my jeans. I know, right? Like when I saw the denim cover, and I have not forgotten that, you guys. I am gonna turn my thing into denim or whatever, my happy planner. But when I first saw it, the woman that was doing it, Coupon to Provide, she's on YouTube if you want to look her up. She was using her husband's jeans, and her husband is kind of like on the buff side, so he's not real thin. So I was just like, why does she keep saying I'm running out of material? And she's working with a mini happy planner. And her happy planner wasn't even as thick as mine, so. But I was like, hey, I don't know. Maybe he's skinny on bottom or something. I don't know. But anyway, what I did was, no pun intended. What I did was I took my first planner that I made from the back of the purse. You, it's supposed to be, but this is not the real deal. This is a faux leather. So it's not a real Michael Kors. Michael Kors stuff doesn't scratch up like that, and the emblem on the in the middle doesn't move like that. So it is, yeah, it's definitely not real. The studs here, have faded, but this has had some wear and tear, which actually for us or for me, this is good. Thank you. See what I'm saying? It's look, if we work together, we can come up with great ideas. But can you see having this in your purse? Or like if this was your initials or, whatever, it could be whatever, a picture, it could be a little portable picture frame that you put, can you not see this being your planner? Yeah. Could you not see this being your planner? And then you get out and, hey, let me see what I've got going on for today. Like, could you imagine? Well, imagine no more, because this is about to, thank you. Thank you, love. This is about to be another planner if I can figure out. So what I did was I put this on the inside because I want this one to definitely be chunky. And between the two of these, one of these is going to replace all those planners I showed you yesterday. So, which was the purpose of me using different books in one planner so I could see what I could do going through my oldies with scissors tomorrow. Definitely listen, like I said, you can even use this is the handle of the purse. You can use this for anything. I mean, this could be another keychain hole. This right here could be the insert to another planner. You can use the little magnet thing in here for a whole nother, project. This right here is still usable leather. So if you wanted to make, what do you call it? Not stickers, but the little puffy kind of like, emblems, like you draw it out, trace it, and then cut around it. Fuzzy cuts. You fuzzy cut around it and then glue them on, different things or whatever. I mean, you can even paint this because it's faux leather. You take your acrylic paints and fuzzy cut Mickey Mouse or something, and then paint him or whatever, and then stick him on the front. I mean, this is oh yeah, upcycling is everything. Thank you so much. But yeah, and then the bottom of this purse could actually become another bottom of something. If you wanted to make a big giant planner out of this, out of the bottom of the purse, I can imagine where you can take the ribbing out of this around here. This is still hard, so this could make a great front or a great back. If you took the ribbing out, you probably could make just a regular fold. It's rounded on the edges, but once this is flat and the inside of here is still good, it's probably a very soft chipboard. Yeah, the whole purse could be upscaled and repurposed, like with no problem. So utilize your stuff. If you have a purse that's in your closet that you absolutely hate, or something that you're just not gonna carry and you're not, I'm not a genius, but I do come up with some ideas. Especially when you can't sleep and you're up, you're an insomniac, you come up with all kinds of stuff. But yeah, repurpose your stuff. I mean, because like for me, this bag right here was a gift, so I didn't really want to give it away. But at the same time, I couldn't imagine anybody else carrying a purse like this. Just because, I don't know, it's hot pink, it's studded. It looks like one of those purses that a biker would, carry. But when I was gifted it, I loved it because I was like, oh my God. The problem is I hated that it was like a hobo style and I need pockets and I need, uniformness in my purse. So I don't like when I could just throw stuff in the purse, just throw it in there and then I have to dig around to find my stuff. I hate that. So my other purse is square and it has a thank you. It has a what do you call it? A purse organizer on the inside of it. Um, and so when I change purses, I can just take it out and put it into another purse and it's still organized. So that was the problem with this one. I just really, I don't like the hobo style purses. It does nothing for me. So what I'm doing right now is I'm eyeballing this and I can tell that this right here is going to be just enough material for me. Yeah, it's going to be just enough material. So I need to make the hole in this a little bit deeper than I did the first one. So it's probably going to be around this area. You need to find an organized purse. Let me show you this one I got. Really quickly, kind of not off topic, but you guys remember, I'm just going to take this off the tripod for a second. This is the purse that I got for Easter. I was going to do what's in my purse. It's a Christian Siriano I got from Payless. And so on the inside of my bag, do you see that? This is the purse organizer. And so, Crystal's like, yeah. And so, that's my coconut oil. I can just lift this up, and all of my stuff is still in here. And then I can change purses, and I can just sit it back in there. So, it really makes it, a lot easier for me. Put my wallet in here. It really makes it a lot easier for me because I have different things that need different. You have one of these? I got it from wish.com. I think it was like $2. But yeah, you just put all your stuff in here and it lifts right up. It's got zipper compartments and everything. Change your bag and then you sit it back down in there. And the only other thing I have in here is my comb and a book. And everything else is in here. So I still have zippers. I still have little side pockets. I still have a back pocket. So, but it just makes my purse way more convenient. Just slip my keys in here. Yeah, that mine was too. You see my Hello Kitty? Oh my God, I'm such a child. Listen, she doesn't do anything. I got her for Valentine's Day. Was it last year? It was a gift for Valentine's Day. And so, I know it's retarded. I love Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty is the bomb. She's everything. Chi-Chi's like, Hello Kitty! Love, your daughter loves Hello Kitty? I do too. I have Hello Kitty stickers. I have a Hello Kitty tableside lamp right beside my bed. I know, it's stupid. But I love it. Okay, so back to business. We've got our purse right here, or the front of our purse, and I've already pretty much marked where I'm going to punch the first set of holes. Because it's got studs, it's going to make it a little bit challenging, especially for this one. I'm going to have to punch that hole right in between. So that means I have to see if this is even going to fit. I've got a small setter and a large one, and I need to use the large one. So I just need to see. It looks like it's going to work. So, yeah, it's going to be just fine. It fits perfectly. And there's a hole, and it went through both sides. Very carefully, going to come over here to this side, and my fold is going in between a couple of studs, which is perfect. So I want to make sure this is absolutely tight. And I'm going to punch this hole right underneath this stud, using the same side and the same measurement. And there's our other two holes. So now you can see we have the two holes there and the two holes here. And we used the large side, and I had it on 1/4 inch. So now I get to get my my eyelets. Now this is just extra. You don't have to use eyelets if you don't want to. I just find that for me, using eyelets are just so much better. I'm rough with stuff, so you know what I'm saying. Like I don't want to get somewhere and just rip my stretchy cord out and be like, oh God, I'll have planner books all over the place. Planner books everywhere. Just because I was just trying to, save a buck or whatever. These eyelets were only $2.99, so it's not even that big of a deal. You're gonna need 4, and I like using the washers. Some people say they don't use their washers, but I do. These are washers. They're very flat, and you're gonna need 4 of those. So you're gonna need 2 for the top and 2 for the bottom. I like using them. Like I said, it's just, it's that extra added security. I've seen the videos where they don't use the eyelets, and that's totally fine. But I have to. Like, there's no way. Like, I just can't, just go. And then I can see on the inside how the material is separate. The only thing that's holding this together is because it has all the studs in here. If it didn't have all the studs, then the material, we would have to use the stitch witchery to, put it together. But because it's sealed already, all we have to do is put our eyelets in. So I'm going to start from the bottom for whatever reason. I think because I'm right-handed, and that's just a habit of mine. And I'm going to go ahead and see if this is going to be hard or not. Hopefully, prayerfully, it's going to work and it's going to be okay. Cross your fingers and wish me luck. I've already got my cubes set, so it's not going to be very difficult to smash these together. So let's see. I feel like it's gonna go. The studs are in the way with this, but I kind of think that's gonna be okay. That washer slipped off. If I can get past the studs, we are home free. And you kind of have to feel around. Get that sucker in there. It's one stud in my way, driving me insane. Hi, welcome. I don't want to punch it and it not be absolutely right. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. I think I'm a little bit OCD. Trying to hold that with my finger. All right, and you wait for the punch. Give it a little power. Ta-da! We have an eyelet, and it's on there, and it's on there the right way. I'm going to give it a little bit more. Try to change my block and see if that will have any type of effect on this at all. Because it is sort of thick, so it's not like, it's going to go anywhere or whatever. I just want it to be, yeah, that felt better. Okay, now we're in there. That felt a little bit better. And I just like that security. The eyelet that, the cube that I just used is the large one. So it kind of smashes it a little bit more. I don't really care that it's going to smash it and kind of, do its thing with this because you see how it kind of spread it apart. That's what you want. So when I first saw that, I was like, oh my God, I just tore up my eyelid, but I really didn't. It was supposed to do that. I was like, oh my God, I just tore up my purse. No, I was just being a little, dramatized, a little over dramatic. As my ex used to say, you're so extra. Yeah, I am a little bit. Perfect. Then we got one more to go. And then we've got one more hole to make. Yeah, and we just made a traveler's notebook. This is like the best. So now we have our eyelets. We have these here, and we've got these at the bottom, and it's ready for stretchy string. I need my template one more time, and I'm just going to sit this in here. So yeah, this is going to go here. So it's going to look like this. I'm so excited. I love stuff like this. This is awesome. So that means that I keep it together. It needs to go in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and measure. This is 9. So I think I want my keep it together to be about right there. Go ahead and make my point. So I know where to put my hole. And I'm going to go over here and get my little tool set. But what I like to do is I like to use the very little small, my little small screwdriver for the incision. And you just give it a little twist. and just work it through the material. Okay, so I made it through the top half, and now I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife and just give it a little incision. And then that was for the back of it. Because the back, remember the back of your material, it's not real cowhide, you see? It's not real, so you have to kind of work your way through there. And then I just take this and just kind of work it through. So now I've got that whole set, and I need to check the inside of this just to make sure my Keep It Together band is going to fit. I'm going to need a regular paper clip, and what you want to do is take that paper clip and turn it inside out, because you're going to need something to catch your Keep It Together band. So for my Keep It Together band, I have got several, and the one I used earlier was a lime green one. I do have a pink one, so I think I'm going to use the pink one. And you can get any types of these from the Dollar Tree. These were like 12 for $1, and I got 2 colors of each, so there are 6 colors in here, and I got 2 of each. And then these came on a totally separate Keep It Together or a hairband. But these are the hair bands that you put on your hair, and all of them have these little things right here, so you don't have to make a knot unless your Keep It Together band is too long. And that's what happened to the other one. So I just cut this part off and gave it a little tug, and I cut it about right there. Cut that off and made my knot, so it made the string, this right here, a little bit shorter, so it'd be a little bit tighter. You don't want it to be too tight, but you don't want it to be loose, because that completely defeats the purpose of why you need to Keep It Together band. So I am going to do this one last, but I've got my Keep It Together band picked. And so now that I have my hole in here, I'm going to go ahead and do my stretchy string. And I am going, let me see, I use lavender on the other one, so I guess pink will be good since everything's pink on this one. And it doesn't really matter how much stretchy string you use, just as long as you get the effect you want. Now, this is just the method that I use. You don't have to do it like this. A lot of people, like I said, with the other planner that we made the other night, if I can grab it, a lot of people use this method to where you just punch one hole and you see where the eyelet is, and then you just make a knot, and that way you just have the one band in there. But I didn't want the knot on the outside of this. I didn't want that. So, but this is what, like, if you wanted just a black Keep It Together band or whatever, then that's what that looks like. And when you use that one piece of material, this is what it looks like on the inside, which is a great idea. My placemat. It's a great idea and everything, but I just don't like the knots on the outside, so I decided against that. So let's put our string together, or let us put our string inside. So what I do is I go in there and I just start to feed it through, take it through the back. It's just like sewing without a needle, literally sewing in and out without a needle. And this just is probably the easiest way to make a custom planner that I have found since I started making these. This is the absolute easiest way, and it's definitely the quickest way to literally, make one of these. It is the fastest. Sorry about that. I'm just slapping the camera all like it's not even there. But now that you've got, especially if you're taking notes, that you've got your purse all cut down, you've got your eyelets in there. One of the things that I need to remind you when you're putting your stretchy string in here is make sure that it's not too tight. And the reason I say that is because you're going to have to use some of this. And if it's too tight, it's going to pull your planner in, and then it's not going to lay too flat on the outside. So be very careful that you kind of leave some looseness in here, because you don't want it to, you want your chunkiness or whatever. Now, if you're only going to put one book in here, then fine. But if you're a girl after my heart and you're going to use several books, then you definitely want, to leave the space in here. Those of you who have Etsy stores, make sure that if you're making this for other people, that you get a sealant for your edges, because you do not want to send anything out with frayed edges. Now, I know some people, I had a consultation with a lady today at 3, and she was telling me how she wanted her planner to be, all beat up and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I still wanted to seal the edges because, it just didn't feel right. I was like, it feels too unfinished. And like I said, I love working with faux leather. Hers, the faux dory that I made for this lady, without giving too much of her business, wasn't even close to a leather material, but it was kind of hard, like the leather. It was a painted type of material, and I really liked it a lot. I was like, this is nice. It was just like, I need to invest in some more textiles or whatever. So I am going to have to find I'm gonna have to find another fabric store, because I don't think we have any more fabric stores. I think our fabric store is probably Walmart, and that's about it. So let's see how many strings I've got. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 8 strings. I have 4 on each side. It looks like and feels like to me I've got plenty of room. And I'm going to just give a little bit of space there and a little bit of space there, that's what I do. I poke it out like that and poke it out like that, so that I'll have room to do that, to give it some more space. And then I go ahead and tie it, because I'd rather for it to be too loose than to be too tight. I just don't want to run the risk of it being too tight and then I can't fit my books in. You'll run the risk of squeezing the books you have in your planner too much. The pages may get to where they're too hard to turn. Like, I just don't like it. I make plenty of knots in my planner. And a lot of people I've seen, especially on YouTube, they like to keep their strings. I don't. They will take their, this right here, and they'll keep their string. I don't. I cut mine off. I don't like that. So I'll just leave a little bit, but I don't like it at all, at all, at all. And then what I like to do sometimes, if I feel like my knot is too whatever, you can put some glue right there and reinforce it. But for the most part, our stretchy string is in here, and it's good to go. So the next thing we're going to do is put our Keep It Together band in here. And we're using the hairband, and I've got my little paper clip. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your paper clip in there and just kind of push it together. Okay? Take it through here. If I can get that hole. Yep. Take it through there. And make sure when you pull through, all pieces go through there. And just yank it all the way through. Okay? Your paper clip should still be in your hand. And I am going to take that one piece, because I saw where it came through. The part that I don't want to come out came out. And it's totally fine. It's right there. It's just that little metal piece. I want that to stay inside the planner. I want everything else to come outside the planner. When I do that, for me, do you see where it is right here? I go ahead and pull it tight, and it's going to stay flat against my planner. Okay? That's going to keep it from coming out of the planner, and it's going to keep your Keep It Together band in place. Wiggle it around until you get exactly where, but now you see how it's flat and it's not going anywhere because it's wide. If you leave it, at a long angle, then it's probably going to run the risk of slipping out. Also, to reinforce this, before you start using it for real, you will want to put a little dab of glue with your hot glue gun. I would say extra strength, especially if, now this is only if you're going to keep this particular Keep It Together band in here for the duration of your use. If you're not going to keep your Keep It Together band in here and you want to change it out, you might want to consider using an eyelet like we did here. But definitely don't make your hole too big, and like I said, try to find some way to reinforce it if you're going to be changing bands every day. All right, so let's see. If I were to have all of my books in here, I could easily close this up, put my Keep It Together band on here, and have myself a wonderful little planner, huh? Fully equipped with a Michael Kors emblem and everything. I don't know who makes these the fake Michael Kors bags, but I just want to say thank you. Because you gave me some really good material to work with. That Keep It Together band does not have to be on this side. For me, I could care less which side it's on. I really don't care because I'm not that picky. But for some people, it's gotta be on a certain side. Like I said, I don't care. So now I have to decide what I'm going to do with these tabs. I don't know if I'm going to glue them in here and keep them in here for a reason. It may make somewhat of a cute little Percy type thing if I want to run some string through here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to plug up my hot glue gun so that I can adhere these. And while that hot glue gun is heating up, let's go ahead and pull some papers out, some textiles, and make some folders for our books. Because the one thing I want to do, oh yeah, they could make good pen holders too, huh? Good idea, good idea. All right, let me find my glue gun. And put those paints over there. Yep, tassels too, which is a great idea. I'm loving you guys' ideas. You guys are awesome. Pins, tassels, all that stuff. And I actually, if I had, which I do, I was going to say, if I had some more of that material, I do, the purse strap. So I don't have to say if, because I already have some. I'm honestly going to, with the other planner, I'm going to find some, what am I trying to think of? Some embellishments, some hardcore embellishments for the other one as well. Okay. Got that plugged up. It's going to take about 3 to 5 minutes for this to heat up. So I'm just going to take my little plastic and lay it over here to the side. And while I'm doing that, let's pick out some textiles. Because y'all know, can't live without that good looking paper. So, let's see. Okay. All right. And as you can see, it didn't take that long. We're halfway through. Exciting, isn't it? All right, so I've got some of these that have pink in it. I think are really great. Let's see. I think I really love these, but I can't. They have some pink in it, but I think it's like 1, 2, and 3. So I think I am going to use those. Let's see. We've got some really pretty textiles in here. Hi, how are you? Is that my girl Mercedes? We've got some pretty colors in here. Oh, thank you so much. I get busy and I get booked. My weekends are absolutely horrible, but you know, I make an appearance every now and then, don't I? You've been missing the show. You have got to you got to catch the replay, girl. I have really like destroyed my girl. I love me. I got some y'all this weekend. Did you see the Michael Kors project? Is what I'm calling this. I just want to say also, you guys are, thank you so much for all of my little happy mail. I oftentimes don't get to appreciate you guys or whatever, except for like using my social media. Because once I get engulfed in this class, I mean, y'all already know I get lost. But I got some of the prettiest folders and whatnot over the weekend, and I cannot. I know, isn't it pretty? I was just floored. I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to pull it out and show you guys. Y'all remember that placemat that I got? I made well, I haven't made it yet, but I bought it from the Dollar Tree. I know. Okay, Mercedes, y'all. Krista already knows the story because me and Krista talk all the time, but y'all don't know. Listen, I've like, I'm not gonna say I hate, all of my other planners, but I've fallen in love with the Traveler's Notebook. Even making my own books. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. You need a new paper cutter? I got a paper cutter I don't even use. If you lived close enough, I could surely send it to you, but um, shoot, my paper cutter, it's so cheap. I mean, you can buy it. But yes, Mercedes, I have fallen in love with all things Traveler. I I got a couple of projects that I have to do, and I don't know if I'm gonna get them all done tonight. Yeah, I know. You're not the only one. Helen from the Prayer Journal group on Facebook, she told me the same thing. She said it looks like you're veering towards Traveler's Notebook. She called it a TN, and I said, "What is that?" And she goes, "The Traveler's Notebook." She said, "You don't know what that is?" This was last year. I said, "No, I don't know." And I got my first Erin Condren right after the holidays because it was on sale. Um, I had some great ideas for the Erin Condren and don't even use it anymore. Like it's literally just been sitting, waiting for somebody to take it over. I'm trying to use this thing, this charger. It's so stupid. I don't understand. Oh well. I don't think this was a good idea, this charger mechanism. It's not working. Or it may be the cord. I'm not sure. It may be the cord. I'm going to try a different cord because I don't want to lose you guys. My I can't stand it. But I do too, Mercedes. I have fallen in love. And I think too, Krista had a little bit to do with this because her designs are everything. And it felt like the more Krista was designing stuff, the more I was just like falling in love with it. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Traveler's Notebooks, the ideas are endless. I kind of feel like I'm stuck with the happy planner. You can only go so far. Erin Condren, you can't do anything because it's coiled, so hey, you have to spend money with that stuff. With the Traveler's Notebook, it's just stuff you have laying around. You don't have to spend the money. You know what I mean? Like I went today and got construction paper for like $1.50 at the Dollar Tree and can make 3 books out of it. Exactly. That's the other thing I'm talking about. With the Traveler's Notebooks, you guys, you make so much sense. Like with the Traveler's Notebooks, this could be my prayer journal. This could be my calendar. This could be for meal prep. This could be, for Bible study. This one could be for, my songs and stuff. For, it's just, yeah, you could put however, chunky is better. Chunky is beauty. Planner peace. That's what the name of this show should be, Planner Peace. Because it's awesome. I'm just like, I never knew. I absolutely never knew. So I'm happy now. Like I have found wedded bliss. Just me and a happy planner. If I could marry my happy planner, I would. Not kidding. So, okay, here I am about to show you guys how this works. So, I need to mark here, 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 and here because these are places for potential cut. Now, I marked here, but what's going to happen is I'm going to raise this up a little bit because I'm going to need a flap. I don't want it to be as big as this, but I do need, something to like, hold it down. And so I'm just measuring how much that I want to leave. And this right here just became my fold point, not my cut point. Do you understand? Okay, so here we go. I'm going to put my template to the side here. Grab for my paper cutter wherever it's at. God bless America. Oh, I need more space. And Krista, don't tell me not to shop. I have not spent, what is today? Today's Monday. I went all the way to Decatur and only bought one item. So you guys should really be proud of me. This is a perfectly good piece of scrap paper. You're going to go ahead and put that up top. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut, if I can find my, promise you. Okay, I see it. I see it. So I'm going to go ahead and, I live in Alabama. Not too far away from good old Birmingham. I'm about an hour and a half out from Birmingham. Hour 15, hour 20, something like that. About 4 hours away from Atlanta. Yeah. Decatur, Alabama. And wow. Oh no. I used to live in Texas. If you know me on Facebook, my profile probably still says Houston, Texas. I used to live not too far from Decatur, Texas. Yeah. I live close to the Woodlands. You know where that is? In the Woodlands area? That was my home. And then when I left Houston, I went to New Orleans, Louisiana, and I lived there for a year. You were going to be on your way. I certainly would. I would have been like, Mercedes girl, here's that streamline I was talking about. Oh my God. We would have been gabbing all night. Yes, come on. Because y'all already know I'm down for a good Bible study. I am always down. Yes. Love to travel. Oh my goodness. That girl said no sleep. Team no sleep in the building. Okay, so now I'm just making a fold. And I think this might be good. Now for you guys, you can kind of measure wherever you want your planner to fold or whatever. Team no sleep, crafting, and Bible study. Yep. You got me down, Peg. I'm telling you. I'm so grateful. I didn't go to sleep until like 5 o'clock this morning. And my mom called me and was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm fine." I was like, I was up working last night. I couldn't go to sleep. Thank you. Don't you love it? Team pretty. I'm serious though. If you have that little scoring thing, I try to get sleep. I really do, you guys. I'm not even kidding. I do try to get sleep, but it's hard because like last night I was just lying there and I guess I was overly excited about this project. I couldn't go to sleep. I literally could not go to sleep. So I just said, forget it. I got up and came in here and I started working. I mean, that's just how it is sometimes. Like I could not, and I don't know why, because it's not like, I had to get up and go to work in the morning. I work here. I work at home. So I was like, you're going to be in here anyway, but I could not go to sleep. Could not. So, now that you've got your paper and everything folded, I've already started with the heart punch or whatever. So I'm going to do this first to go ahead and punch my edges. And If you have a different shape that you like, you go ahead. I just use hearts because that's kind of like my little signature now. So every time I make a custom planner for somebody, this is the stamp I use. And once again, it's by the Paper Studio. I don't know. I think I'm obsessed with Paper Studio stuff because this is all I ever. When I go to Hobby Lobby, it's like I'm addicted or something. Like it just gravitates. It's ridiculous. I wanted to cut the inside of this. So I'm just gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna go ahead and cut on the dotted line, so to speak. And that way it gives me, see, it gives me a little thing on the inside. You just take your folder and fold it in half like this and cut off the edge. And when you fold it back in, you have that. I don't know if my hole punch will let me punch the hole, but I'm gonna see. Probably not. Nah, it's too short. The edges have to be kind of long to get in here, but it would have been a great idea. But still cute, still pretty. So this right here is where I don't want adhesive. I want adhesive on the sides only. The reason being, we don't need adhesive down here. We folded it to where it would be okay. So I just need my little tape on the side. So I'm just going to get some double-sided tape really quick. And so funny, this tape is ridiculous. I need to figure out how to take it off the spoolie. Yep. Ta-da! And go ahead and lay this down. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody's going to see it. This is just your adhesive to keep all of your goodies in the folder. I mean, can you guys believe that it didn't take even an hour to make that traveler's notebook? If I'd have been making any other notebook, I'd still be working on it. Like literally, still be working on it. I did not mean to do that, but it's alright. I will leave it like that, and nobody will be the wiser. So now we've got 2 folders ready for our traveler's notebooks. They can be used for your book cover or just a folder. Put them on the outside of the book or the inside. Just as long as that band meets the middle somewhere, you're fine. So we have another folder that we've got to get done. So once again, I'm going to take my folder template and do the exact same thing we did before. Both of my sides are the same. They're 12 by 12, so I don't have to do any extra. But if you're using like the 12 by 24 paper, be very careful and cut the short side first. So I'm going to go up a little bit higher this time because I want to make a different design. You can draw, if you're like too afraid, you can make your lines with your ink on the opposite side. Doesn't really make me any difference because I always cut over anyway, just a little bit, just to make sure that everything fits, and then I get rid of that little line, so it always ends up on the scrap paper. And it's cool because we use the scrap paper religiously around here, so I probably got little marks on a whole bunch of stuff I create, and there it is again. Alright, so once again, I want to measure what side is what. So this is my up and down side, which is perfect. I see where my marks are, and I want to go ahead and fold this side in this time instead of the other side. There is a reason for that. I want to make sure. Just go up a little bit more. And then get my straight edge and go ahead and flatten this out. And then I'm going to take that scrap paper that we just had, and I'm going to go ahead and use this. for a little embellishment. I'm going to use some washi tape on the edge, so this is fine to not get a lot of the adhesive on the side, but make sure you put plenty on the inside, whether you use the glue sticks or double-sided tape or what have you. And then go ahead and that's what you do. Washi is the best. You gotta love washi tape. Washi tape is everything. Just go ahead and flatten that down with your straight edge or your hand or whatever. So I wanted to just incorporate that other folder in here to make it look a bit more custom and a lot less, just like I kind of threw it together. Okay, so I'm going to cut that down a little bit. So I'm going to cut this down. Use that straight edge over here. And I'm going to cut that right there. And then I'm going to do the same thing to this, but I got to make it skinny too. So where is this going to go? I guess I could just go ahead and place it. So you spent $100 at Hobby Lobby Saturday. Girl, what did you purchase? Well, that's not hard to do in Hobby Lobby. Let me quit tripping, because in Hobby Lobby, I could go in there and get one item, and it'd be like $300 paper. Everybody needs paper. I understand. I'm not mad. I am not mad. You can make so many things out of paper. I saw a planner board punch today online for like $20. Oh yeah. Now stamps is a really ink pads, yeah. It's a weakness. I understand. I understand the feeling, because it's hard, man. We sound like a bunch of junkies. It's so hard. It's just don't know. People don't understand. It's too hard to kick the habit. So I'm just making cuts where I drew my lines or whatever. And so now just gonna put that in there and make sure it's absolutely straight. Nope. Was not straight at all. How about that? All right. So weird. All right. Fingers crossed. I think I got it right. Dun, 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 dun. It's close enough. Where's my glue stick? And this is just like one of those ways that you can custom make, your folder. It doesn't have to just be that one print or whatever. Like literally, yeah, it can be whatever. Get those scraps off of there before I glue them down with this, and then just go ahead and line all of your scrap paper together, and there you have the front of your folder. So I use glue sticks because it doesn't take that long to dry, so it's totally perfect for me. I'm absolutely loving this, and I don't know which washi I want to use, but I'm gonna grab my skinny washi probably. And I know we got some pink going on, and that looks about like what I would want to use right now. It's either going to be that one or that one. So now that I've got my Mamby bag out, I can go ahead and put the other washies away that I used yesterday. I did some remodeling, light revamping to my workspace because it's so small. I have to multitask with all of my space. So I was like, all right, I need a place for people to sleep. I need a place to work. I need a place to do office stuff. I need a place to watch my soap opera in peace. So I've got two washi tapes that kind of have, some pink going on in there, which are really pretty. I think they're almost the same. Almost. They could be mistaken for about the same, but I got them from the Dollar Tree. I think they're really pretty, and I'm going to use this one, I think, probably is the most. Now, I will tell you this pattern right here, the lines in here are more of a peach color, but because the lines were so small and I like the print, thank you. It was so small and I like the print, so I was like, nobody's really going to notice. The thing I hate about Dollar Tree washi, I can never find the start. Oh my God. This is why every manicure sucks. Alright. So let's go ahead and put our washi on here. I'm getting as close to the edge as I possibly can. I never can find the washi at Dollar Tree. For real, they sell out pretty quick. Once Dollar Tree sells out of something, you never know when it's going to come back. And that just burns my bubble. Because I'm like, when you run out of something and you really, really like it, it's like, oh, when are y'all going to come back with my stuff? And sometimes they never do. It reminds me of this place, Unclaimed Baggage. Like, it just really, I'm just like, y'all need to stop playing with people's emotions. It's really not nice. And they don't know. Crafters, when we're looking for something specific, we can get pretty unruly. I mean, we're not like the llamas or anything, but, regular crafters, we do, we like our stuff. I would like to use the same thing over and over, especially if I'm doing custom work. I mean, like not for every project, but literally, if I use Elmer's glue, then I want Elmer's glue every time I go to get glue. You know what I mean? So I'm not really, bent out of shape about the edges. They don't have to be completely straight, so I'm just going to use my glue stick on both of the sides. Don't have to do the bottom. And go ahead and press that down. This turned out really nice. This turned out beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and snap my edges while that's drying. I love the texture of this folder because it's thick, because we overlapped some material, so I'm impressed. I'm super pleased. It snaps right through that washi tape because y'all know washi is just rice paper. And so that is it's amazing. So now all we have to do is fold it in half. And I love making folders. Dainty Diva! KK's back. Hey, y'all. Hey, hey. So once again, this one is going to be a little bit difficult to fold. Hey, now. Because it's a little bit thicker, but it's all right. If you need to use a straight edge, don't be afraid. Get a really hard, sturdy ruler and go ahead and smash it down. I'm going to take my straight edge, smash that sucker way down. And when you open it, it should look like this. Ta-da! Very pretty, very dainty. So we have our template folder, which I made this yesterday just so I could have a template, and it's a little bit harder or whatever. It's one of those folders from the Target dollar spot. I've got this folder that is white on the outside, and then I've got this folder which is cut pretty intricate and sweet, and I absolutely love it. So I'm loving all of our folders right now. All of our folders don't have to have all of our books don't have to have folders. They can just have dashboards if you want. So kind of make it your own, Do what you got to do. Make it your own. We absolutely love this stuff around here. I grab for my paper cutter for everything because I don't cut straight. So that's why I keep doing that. It's not because I mean I'm lazy, yeah, but that is not the reason. That is so not the reason. And I just go ahead and use um, a good amount of sticky on the back of this because I don't want it to fall off. So this is the back of the folder, and you can embellish the back of your folders any way you want. I just don't want it to be stark white every time I, use it and look at it. So I just put my embellishment on there, go ahead and fold it with the rest of the gang. And now it's not stark white, it's not so white. Go ahead and put that edging up there just a little bit. So that's not so bad, not bad at all. And this is what the inside looks like. So you have an inside pocket that's ready to go, and you can put all your stuff in there, and your outside pocket. So let's get our custom-made traveler's notebook back. I'm back, have my phone. I know. Ugh, charging up your phone. And I'm sitting here trying to figure out, did my phone ever start charging? Yeah, it did. Okay, great. So I'm going to get my books out of here. Now this book, you're so funny. So this book right here, this book right here, I'm just going to take the books out of this one because I really want to see what the other book, what the other planner is going to look like. Okay, I got you. Oh my God, y'all should have seen me last night when I made this. I mean, I could have literally jumped up and down. I mean, I was a lunatic. I was like, oh my God. When I tell you this literally is probably the best planner I've ever made, I mean, I just love it so much. I'm ridiculous, I know, but okay. So here we go with the MK. Isn't it adorable? I wish I had invented everything, invented the material and the whole nine. All right, so here we're back. Now, as you can see, it's barely visible, our stretchy string, but I love it. It looks so much more professional rather than just, punching a hole in there. The eyelets and everything made it look great. Now, let me just say, if you've never worked with an eyelet punch before, they come in a array of colors. You don't have to just get the basic nickel like this. You can get gold, they have shiny silver, eyelets come in an array, an assortment, so you don't have to worry about that. I just, you know when I look at it, I'm like, it's not even that big of a deal to me, but to other people it might be. So I thought I'd just mention that. Your eyelets, they even have black ones. I've seen them in all different colors. So here I am back with a glue gun, did not forget. Now I've got to come in where the loops were on the purse and just put some adhesive down on there really good. Not too much because you don't want it to leak out. And ow, just go ahead and don't burn yourself like I just did. And put that in there and smash it down. Make sure that you do not get this hot glue on the outside of this bag. It is so hard to get off of faux leather. I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm really not joking. And then so on the inside of that flap, I'm just going to put a dot on there just for reinforcement. And so now it should hold. And like the girl said, it could be a purse strap. You could put a pen in here, put your embellishments in here, which is a totally gnarly idea, which is what I have decided. I'm going to make sure that I have some really cute tassels and stuff to dress this sucker up with. Isn't it amazing? Like, I'm just in love with this. Like, I could care less about my other planners right now. I might, go back and say, oh, I need my happy planner for something or whatever, this, that, and the other. But for right now, I mean, literally, okay, this is how it was. When I started like actually utilizing planners and stuff, yeah, this is the old purse. This isn't the new one. This is the old one. But listen, when I first the scrap piece with magnet clothes, yup, it sure could. It sure could. It most definitely could. You guys have great ideas, but the I can't even remember what I was saying now. But the I was thinking belt buckle and all kinds of stuff with the purse loop. But oh, when I first got my happy planner, this one right here, um well, first of all, it wasn't this chunky. Let me just go back. This is two folders put into one. I just got big discs, and this is my everyday planner in the front, and then in the back is my exercise, my health and fitness planner. So I actually put two planners in one to make it this chunky. But when I first saw this one, I said, "Hey, Dr. Troy," I was like, "This right here is the only planner I need. If I had to saw this one." Thank you. I do too. I mean, she really, when I look at this, she makes me want to exercise. But look, y'all don't even know. The neat thing about this, now that I've done that, look, look at it. Guess what you can do? If you want this one to be on top, you don't even have to take the rings off. All you do is just fold it over, and now this one is the front. Is that not awesome or what? I swear, sometimes I feel like I should be on Oprah just because I discovered something so small. Do you? I got you covered. Tell me what you need. I will hook you. I know. Is that Blast? Is that not everything? I totally like shortened your name. I just really like calling you Love. I think I'm just gonna stick with Love. Blast Love. But yeah, so now that we've got our loops done, it's cute. I love when I look at the screen and I see you guys' names. I'm like, oh, they have such great names, and mine sucks. Like Dr. Troy. Like Dr. Troy reminds me of like Dr. Phil. So it's like when you tune into Dr. Troy, you know she's going in deep. She's getting hard in it. So I love it when I see y'all. I'm like, Mercedes! That Mercedes chick. So does it mean you drive a Mercedes? Like if you tell me your car is Mercedes, I'm just gonna like cut the whole camera off like I'm done. Are you serious? Oh my god. I can't. I can't right now. Okay, it's over. I gotta go lay down. I can't, my head can't process it. That is so awesome. I promise you, I'm over here dying. Hmm. That is awesome. You guys are like the bee's knees. Y'all are the bomb.com for real. I'm not even kidding. Like, that's why I love my late night show because I love you too. Like y'all are so awesome. I'm telling you, I live for midnight. I live for nighttime so I can come in here and act a fool with y'all. Okay. Seriously, back to business because Dr. Troy needs a planner so that she can schedule all of us for therapy because we need it. I can't keep a man to save my life, so I definitely need to hook Dr. Troy up with a planner so that she can put me on the schedule. My time right now, let me see. Really? We all need Dr. Troy's help then. Dr. Troy is a relationship analyst. It's 11:18 p.m. my time. 11:18. So I started close to 10, so it's been a little over an hour, so we're right on time. Okay, so this is the front of the Michael Kors purse, and we went ahead and cut the top and bottom down. We've got our sides and everything hooked up, and on the inside of the Michael Kors purse, of course, this is your purse lining, which has now become the lining for your traveler's notebook. So I've cut everything down, polished it up, wiped it off. We've got our stretchy string. We put our eyelets in here with our little eyelet machine to make it look more professional. We've got our Keep It Together band in here and ready to go. So now all we have to do is put books in here and folders in here and make it chunky. So let's go. Going to use those same books that I showed you before to make sure that they fit. And you can use as many strings, one or two strings on here. Make sure you find the middle. I'm in love with this too. Make sure you find the middle. Go ahead and put your books in place. Girl, go out there and find you a faux, what do they call it? A faux MK. And make you one of these right quick. Look at it. This is so awesome. Look at all these freaking books. I'm dying right now. Like, literally, I'm dying. I'm going to the secondhand store. Exactly. Oh my God. I found this Kathy Zealand purse the other day in the thrift store for $9. The man didn't even know what it was. He just owns the thrift store. I don't know how he got his hands on it, but I know, $9. I was just like, I didn't even argue with him. I didn't say, "Do you know what this is?" or none of that. No. You won't get an argument out of me, sir, and thank you. I did not say a mumbling word. I said $9. Okay, all right. Kathy Zealand. Yes. Here's 10. Keep the change, boo. We're good. I was like, is he on something? What is he on? Like, who does that? But hey, it is what it is. It's just business. I have two bands left or whatever, so that lets me know that I have even, more room, but I don't like for the bands to be left out. I don't know why. It just bothers me. So I'm gonna put my bands into this book right here until I buy some more books or unless I make some more books. So here you have the chunkiness. It's not very chunky yet, but we're just starting out. We've got all of our bands in here. Everything is nice and neat. Take this with you when you go to the store if you want to purchase some books instead of making them yourself, because you're definitely going to want the right size. You want to get as close to what you've already made as possible, okay? So we're going to take this and we're going to fold it over. We're going to fold this one over and it's perfect. Now all we have to do is put our Keep It Together band on. It's a little loose, but I'm leaving mine loose because I need that chunky, remember? And here you can see that your bands, now do you see what I mean? You see how it's loose enough? It doesn't bunch up like this because your bands aren't that tight. So it looks totally professional. Nobody will be able to tell you a thing. Where did you get that Michael Kors planner? Where? Isn't it amazing what you can do with a little imagination? I'm serious. I know. And I already posted it on Instagram and people have been like really asking me questions. So I already know. From my desk. That's right. Oh, I made this last night, girl. So, recap. From one Michael Kors hobo bag, you can have two planners. This is going to be the back of your purse, and this is going to be the front of your purse. If you're a plain Jane girl, go for it. Make your friend, one of these or whatever, and give her the blingy side. If you're a blingy girl like myself, you go ahead and keep the blingy one and gift this one or put it in your Etsy store. They look adorable. They're absolutely amazing. And then if you want to embellish, don't be afraid to embellish your stuff. I had some really cute embellishments earlier because I was cleaning. If you want to embellish some things like these clip-on butterflies, make great embellishments. Let's talk about embellishments for just a second. This is a floral garden. It's really pretty. I haven't opened it yet. Isn't it cute? That's everything. You go ahead and you take these. These are by Floral Garden, and they are from the Dollar Tree. So all of these little flowers and embellishments are $1. So I'm going to go ahead and... Where's my X-Acto knife? Because this thing is hard to come off. Why did they make everything childproof? What is that about? Gosh, I'm 45. I should be able to open up a simple packet. For crying out loud. You can change your Keep It Together band, pretend like this one is black or white or whatever, and go ahead and just simply add your embellishment and make it your own. So this is like really neat, and then when you aren't using it or whatever, it just falls right off. And then when you get done, just put it back on. It's not going anywhere because it's clipped on. So it literally has this little clip on the back. They are in the floral department of Hobby Lobby. Not Hobby Lobby, but the Dollar Tree. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're in the floral, where the fake silk flowers are. this is where all of these types of embellishments are going to be. So you can literally have a big one, you can have a small one. Now, I will tell you this, if you plan on throwing this around or throwing it in your purse, this right here probably is not the butterfly for you unless you cover it with some type of epoxy or Mod Podge to make it hard, because this is almost like silk. I mean, it's really thin material. But this one right here, will there be an end of the month giveaway? Always, for the entire year, I'm giving away stuff like this. So this one actually might be a part of the giveaway. I don't know. All I know is I'm in love with the last couple of planners that I've made, and I'm taking pictures of everything and posting it because, I just want to, even when I give stuff like this away, I want to remember it. I want to be like, I remember when I made this. So that's one of the reasons why I put this stuff on YouTube too, and keep a copy of the video so I can remember, like, oh, that's my baby. And then every time I give something away, I always tell people, hey, will you take a picture with it? Like, hey, take a selfie with it so I can see it and see what home it went to. Am I a little bit too sentimental? Dr. Troy, what does that say about me? I was born in July. I'm a Cancer. I totally don't believe in like the numbers and the signs and everything, but sometimes I just wonder because it's spot on. Like, I don't read my horoscope or anything, but just what, July, the Cancer, what that says about me is so true. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I don't, it scared me so bad. I totally like stopped reading that stuff. So Mercedes is cracking up. She's like, because haven't you ever read your horoscope, or like, what is it, your sign, your zodiac sign, and then you read what your zodiac sign says and you're like, oh my God, like it just is freaky. So I felt some sort of way. I felt like I shouldn't be reading that stuff, and so I just stopped. Don't worry about my planner, love. It's here. You did win one month. You did. You won the one with the little dress on the front. I forgot. Oh, Dr. Troy. I still have the other piece. I'm keeping it as a template so I can use it to cut something else out and make a different dress. I love the I Love Lucy, Age of Time or whatever. So, yeah. But yeah, this is just an embellishment. It's just something that you just clip on here. It's not even, you know what I'm saying? It's not that important. And they're only $1. These right here came two in a pack for $1. So again, not expensive at all. If you want to embellish with paper clips, my friend Renee, she loves tea. I drink coffee. So I found these really cute tea times. And again, you can just, clip them on here or put them on the inside of your planner. Just clip them onto a book to mark the space where you're reading. Super cute, inexpensive. I think these came maybe 6 in a pack for $1. And then I got these paper clips, a pack of them at Office Depot were like $1.50, $2 maybe. And so you can embellish with your favorite, tea time cup if you don't want that. There are so many different things that you can use. Let's see, we've got all types of paper clips. We do have these little tassels that you can put everywhere. Krista loves her pom-poms, and I love pom-poms. I got a C, I'm sorry. So you can like literally, I call them hair bows. Put your hair bows up there so you can have your hair bows. Leave yourself a little note that you want to do your goals. I mean, once again, it's endless, the ideas that you can come up with to, make your planner look, all sorts of blingy and, like this one right here. I'm a photographer, so I would love to like just, have all kinds of stupidness on my Keep It Together band. This is like really cute, and it just does so much for the planner. Anything you want to do, anything at all. So I'm in love with this planner. I got some flowers too. I forgot about these. I made these. These are probably the first paper clips I made. And then coming from cosmetology, I found a hairbrush and a mirror because I used to do hair. your slippers because your feet are going to get tired after doing hair, right? And there was a lipstick in here too. I can't remember. Here it is. My fingernail polish and my lipstick. So yeah, you can embellish any type of way you want. I even have a little crown, a little tiara, because you know I'm like the queen of everything DIY. There you go. I love it. I love this stuff. I think they're adorable. I had hair bows from a long time ago that I never wore, so I went ahead and put them on a paper clip. Y'all know, you saw earlier how I love Hello Kitty. I cut these out and then I also made some from stickers and I laminated a sheet of them to turn them into paper clips. Um, you can use the puff stickers from the store and make your own little, DIY paperclip museum if you want to. Endless, endless, absolutely endless. So, this has been such a great session, you guys. I absolutely had a gang of fun. Thank you guys so much for making me laugh. I do too. I have to get up and get my granddaughter in the morning, but this has been so much fun. And Dr. Troy, I'm happy to hear that you're still in love with your planner. You guys, Plannerville is, thank you so much. God bless you too. Mwah, sweet dreams. Plannerville is open on Facebook right now. I'm going to be posting everything that I've made that's up for sale. I'll be posting repeat stuff like, paper clips and this, that, and the other. You're so welcome. I love sharing, you guys. Don't forget about the contest at the end of every month. We have the very last day of the month. You could be a winner and win a whole bunch of goodies like this and some planners and all kinds of stuff. I have probably the best gift this month that I think I've ever come up with. So I'm excited about it. Can't tell you what it is until the last day of the month, but you're going to love it. So with that, look for Plannerville on Instagram, look for Plannerville on Twitter, look for Plannerville on Facebook. Show some love, show your planners and all that good stuff. And I will catch you guys tomorrow night, same time, same place. I love you for watching. Mwah. Everybody have a good night.